Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Bhagawan Baba. Thank you so much, Swami, for giving me this opportunity to stand here today. On behalf of all of us, we wish you a very happy birthday, Swami. Please bless us and guide us forever. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for giving us a chance to experience the love and miracles of God Himself in our lives. Respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, what a wonderful day today. Our Sai Kuteer is filled with vibrations of spirituality and joy, of 99 bhajans offered to our beloved Bhagawan on his 99th year of advent on earth. We are so fortunate that we are chosen by Brahmanda Nayaka, Hridaya Vasi, Bhakta Vatsal, Bhagawan himself to see this beautiful day today and rejoice his infinite love that he has bestowed upon us. Joining us on this auspicious day today, we have Dr. Yeshaswini Kamaraju ma'am with us, daughter of the divine translator of Swami in English, Professor Anil Kumar sir. Ma'am's educational background is exemplary, beginning from wide experiences from prestigious institutes. She has obtained an MD in adult psychiatry from Hennepin Country Medical Center, Minneapolis, USA. She obtained a fellowship in child and adolescent psychiatry from Stanford University of Medicine, USA. She achieved the Best Outgoing Student Award from the Stanford Child and Adolescent for Psychiatry Department. She is board certified in psychiatry by the American Board of Psychiatry and Neurology. Currently, she is the director of the Reach Clinic in Koramangala, Bengaluru. She is also the founder of the Reach Foundation for Community Services, a non-profit organization. The Reach Foundation provides free consultation and guidance to NGOs working with children, adolescents, and young adults dealing with social, psychological, emotional, and psychiatric issues. She provides consultation to regular schools, special schools, colleges, and actively engaged in community awareness programs and training programs. She is consultant and faculty at Spastic Society, Karnataka, and FAME India. She recently started a child and adolescent psychiatry clinic at Sri Sathya Sai Hospital, Whitefield, Bangalore. Please welcome Dr. Yeshaswini Kamaraju ma'am. Jai Sai Ram.
Pranams to the lotus feet of Bhagawan Baba, respected elders, brothers and sisters. Indeed, it's a wonderful day. I'm still in the magic of the vibrations that I've heard. What wonderful bhajans. I mean, it vibrates through every cell of your body. When Manjunath sir texted me about this talk, I was at Puttaparthi in my parents' home. And the walls there are adorned with big portraits of Swami and Swami with my father, Professor Anil Kumar. I recalled a previous occasion when Swami said, I will watch you. And when I got the text, I was very hesitant initially because I've never spoke at a Sai center till date. And this is my first talk at a Sai center. And I wasn't sure why Swami chose Marathahalli center to put me to this divine test. So I was hesitant, but I still said, sir, I'll take this as Swami's order, because it felt like Swami was looking at me through those pictures, so I'll say yes. So that's how this materialized. Now, what to say about Marathahalli Center? No one can ever say this is a small center, believe me. No one can ever say that this is small. This has huge heart, amazing, vibrant and diverse and impressive service activities. As Sir said, words are not enough to the amount of service that the center is doing. And I'm fortunate to know some of the senior devotees and some of the Seva Dal. You've put in immense effort. Your devotion and dedication is actually seen all day by people like us. And I'm very fortunate to be with all of you today in celebrating Bhagawan's birthday. Now, growing up in a family which is highly spiritually enriched, as a young child, I did not understand the meaning of spiritual activities. Our home was a hub of activities, bhajans, satsangs, Narayan Seva. My mother used to do Narayan Seva every Thursday across our home at the Shirdi temple. So the home was always of this. Sometimes when you have Anand sweets at home, you may not taste it. I might like a Udupi Park, Kesari Bath, I might like that. It was like that. The home is always satsangs, bhajans, many devotees visiting our home, because those days there was no media, so many devotees wanted to hear about Bhagawan. So it was flooded with activities. But interestingly, we were also participating, but as I grew older, I reflected and reminisced upon the profound meaning behind Swami's every interaction with us. When we visited, whenever we visited Puttaparthi or even here at Vrindavan, Swami used to talk to us. He always spoke to us about our duties. Baga chadutunnara? Are you studying well? Manchi vidyarthuluga undandi meeru. Be good students. Tallidandrulaki manchi peru tevali. Bring good name to your parents. They looked like very simple statements when I was young. But I can certainly tell you that these are lifelong goals. Of course, we are all learners, learning throughout our life in a different form and at a different phase and at a different pace. We start from bookish knowledge to practical knowledge to experiential knowledge. So we are students forever. So Swami has given very unique advice and very specific advice to all our siblings, matching to their personality, matching to their abilities. Sometimes it felt that he was a little partial towards one of my sisters. But then over time I understood that he's not partial. He gives you what you need, what you're right for, and what you're apt for. And that's what happened. He told me, "Nuvidi gattiga unchu bangaru." I thought, why is Swami telling me mind gattiga unchu? What does a psychiatrist do? Just imagine, the psychiatrist has to have a fantastic mind, right? So because we're seeing patients one after the other, so we need to give a lot of energy and understand their problems. So Swami told me mind gattiga unchu at 10 years of age. So I recall all those incidents. And I wanted to share some experiences here at Vrindavan. My father was appointed as the principal of Vrindavan College. I was still in Guntur finishing my medical course, and all my siblings were away pursuing their career goals as well. We were given the first home next to Trayi Mandir. If you can see from the Trayi Mandir, there's a residential complex adjacent to it. Ours was the first house, and Swami performed the traditional coconut breaking ceremony before he let my parents inside. And those days, Swami used to come to the residential complex, visit the elderly and senior devotees' homes, and we were fortunate to have the darshan, sparshan and sambhashan of the Lord during those home visits, because a handful of devotees were allowed at that time. And during one of my visits, when I came for college holidays, Swami asked me, "College ela undi? How is your college?" I said, "Baundi, Swami. It's good, Swami." "Ah," he said. Then I thought he didn't hear me. "Swami, baundi." Assuming that he didn't hear me, I was loud, with a loud voice. He said, "Paris la undi, be careful." So then I pondered over his gentle reprimand, and I returned to college. Then I understood what it meant. Those days, canteens were the entertainment zones. We didn't have social media. We don't have Insta. So canteens were the entertainment zone. And in the pretext of studying, when the college ended at 4, we used to go to the canteen, spend an hour or more chatting, talking, watching everybody, and studying very little. So this was happening. And then I figured out, oh my God, he came to know about this. Sharply, I used to return home by 6 p.m. in the evening, because that was the deadline set by my grandparents. After 6, you can't step out. So this was the upbringing. So then I need to come back for holidays. So I started thinking, oh my God, what else is he going to say next time? And my parents are here. He already told me, I'll watch you. And he said, be careful. So I started studying better, and since then the focus was a little better. So to avoid further reprimands from Swami, I took care of that. So, and on other occasion, I witnessed a very interesting incident here at Vrindavan. One day, a student came rushing towards my father. Father was asking him, why, what happened? This student was almost overwhelmed, very tearful, with a very worried expression. Then father said, what happened? And the boy said, sir, Swami is very upset with you. Why? What happened? Then he said so many bad things about you. He commented upon you. Okay, tell me, what is it? And then the boy goes, me principal ki buddhi ledu. Okay. And more words. And my father very enthusiastically, still. And I was behind, I was burning with anger. First of all, Swami should not have said in front of his students, commenting about a principal, and the students are barely 19 and 20-year-olds. I was angry for that. Second anger is because my father is probing, what else did he say? If somebody says something, I would walk away. Why would I want to hear the whole comments, right? So I was burning with anger. And then the boy said, sir, he called you a fool, buddhi ledu, all this. Then father said, okay. He called me buddhi ledu. That's fine. And I'll tell you 3 things. 1, what did he say? You are a fool, right? Being called fool by God is the best and the preferred option. The reason, if God doesn't call you fool, every other fool will call you a fool. So which one do you want? Better God calls us fool. And the second one, we are all fools in front of him. So that is also true. And the other thing, when he says buddhi ledu, what is buddhi? Buddhi is intellect. So the more he says buddhi ledu, he's awakening and arising my intellect higher and higher. He tells the boy that, and he says, you wait and watch what happens in the evening. I was still angry, and I was still not convinced about all of this, because Swami still should not have said. It's very easy if Swami scolds somebody else's parents, but if it's your own parent, it's not easy. Even if Brahma comes, you still love your parents much more than that. So later that evening, Swami comes out of the darshan, and you know Vrindavan darshan, so beautiful in the evening. He comes with a very happy face, walks straight to my father. Hey Anil, Ra. Swami is happy, my father is happy. I was the only one who was angry. Okay, and then this whole huge, long discourse happened. And then after that, father calls the student. It was also a learning experience for me. Then father explains to the student how we should be in front of the avatar. When avatar descends on earth, we need to ask him as many questions as possible, on as many topics as possible. How? With an empty mind, with eagerness to learn. We need to be empty in front of God. Only then he gives you insights and wisdom on various matters. So Arjuna received Gita Bodha where? In the midst of battlefield. So we are in the midst of our lives, which is often compared to a battlefield. So unless we irritate Swami with more questions, we wouldn't be hearing the Gurupakhyaana from him. So otherwise, Swami would come for darshan, go back to the mandir. In the lines, he would take letters. Swami, ma abbai pellagutondi. My son is getting married. Santosham Bangaru. Please bless my daughter. Manchidi Bangaru. He might say those and he might leave. So unless we ask him questions, be alert, irritate him with spiritual questions, he wouldn't give us these discourses, because every word Swami spoke is a mantra, every sentence a sutra, and every discourse is a Veda. So we need to be very alert to his teachings, is what he told the student. So this I understood as duty with love is desirable. Duty without love is deplorable, which is what I was doing as a medical student. Initially, before Swami reprimanded me, I was going to college, but was not sincere in my studies. This is duty with love is desirable. When you really love your duty, you wouldn't mind what Swami says. You are able to endure challenges, trials, tribulations, scoldings from the divine. So this is what I learned from the experience at Vrindavan. And families of devotees who live in close proximity to Swami actually face very unique challenges. A lot of people may think, oh, it's very lucky to be so close. Father always said, from far he is light, from near he is fire. It's a razor's edge, because he'll test you, trick you, push you at any minute, and one has to be on their toes all the time. So, and the families also go through this. And as children, it was quite challenging, because one moment Swami is, very nice. Second moment, buddhi ledu. By evening, we wouldn't know what would happen. So this requires a lot of steadfast faith and resilience. So one fine day, after 6 years of being principal here at Vrindavan, my father was told to leave Vrindavan. You need to move, you need to shift to Puttaparthi. No reason, no explanation, no one to ask. You just leave. So it's like someone telling us, leave everything and fold up everything and just move to Mysore. Can we do it in a couple of days? So this was what happened. So what happens is, because Swami knows how to play things, right? And what happened? So people started, of course, rumors, right? Oh, something terrible happened. He was stripped of his principalship, and there were people, oh sir, meeku emaipoyindi sir. So what happens to you? So we all of us children, we were away studying and pursuing our careers. We felt very bad, without no explanation, no details, just shift to Puttaparthi. So then parents still did it because of their steadfast faith. And for 2 months, Swami did not talk to them. So they didn't know why they were shifted. They have no idea. So somehow all of that journey started. So for 2 months, Swami didn't talk. Once all the rumors and the gossip and everything settles down, then the avatar reveals his master plan. So one day during those 2 months, Father went for darshan a little late. Anyway, Swami is not talking. Let me take these 2 months a little easy, because it's very hard for my father not to talk. Probably those were the 2 months he maintained silence in his entire life, I should say that. So, and he quietly came and sat for darshan. By then, Swami had already started darshan and moving towards the women's side. The minute my father came and sat, Swami returns, late go chow, you came late. Then father says, Swami, tappinchukundam anukunnani chikkipoyane. I thought I would escape. Oh, you caught me. Then Swami says, Valla kadu, neekaina, nee tatakaina. Not possible. Neither you nor your grandfather can catch me. And then he said 3 things. Nannu pattukolevu, you can't catch me. Nannu ardham cheskoleru purtiga. You can't comprehend me in totality. Ninnu vadalanu, I'm not going to let you go. So because there was when you're frustrated, you want to leave the place, and a lot of other thoughts keep coming up. So this was what happened, and from then on, rest is history. And then we figured out that Swami's plan was entirely different, which we had not even imagined. Even prior to going to Puttaparthi, Father was the translator for Swami at Kodai trips and all the travels that he has done, Chennai, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Delhi and Pune. But since this time, when Swami appointed him as a lecturer, so it's actually a demotion from a principal to a lecturer. And my grandmother, my father's mother, was there at Hyderabad back then. She said, and she herself was a retired district educational officer. She said, I've never ever seen this demotion from a principal to a lecturer. But again, the divine Lord reveals the master plan. He made father a permanent translator till the end of Mahasamadhi. And the last translation, in fact, was 2010, November, for the convocation. And not only that, he also blessed mother to cook for Swami. So initially, we were missing father because he was always busy. Now he's taking mother also away. So now mother became busy. So she used to cook for Swamis. Few families were allowed to send food as an offering to Swami. Ours was a 12 o'clock slot. And the food that mom and her another devotee by name Mrs. Geeta Aunty, she's no more. She used to assist my mother in making this food. This whole process was a research in and itself. They had a 30-day calendar stuck on the wall, and it has a menu for 30 days. The menu wouldn't repeat for 30 days. And they would make items every single day. Sweet dish, hot dish, sweets, fruits, and on Thursdays, special dishes, vadas. My mom always believed that Swami loved vadas, so she would make vadas on Thursday. And the way they did it is patra shuddhi, clean utensils, padartha shuddhi, clean ingredients and vegetables. Paka shuddhi, the process of making of food is perfect. All and above all, bhava suddhi, pure heart, pure thoughts. It was a meditative experience. They would not allow anyone into the kitchen till that food carrier was ready. And once the carrier was ready, all the containers would be set and the casseroles with fruits, all of them would be arranged in baskets. At the stroke of 12, father along with some devotees would carry this food carrier to the mandir. And there was a competition among the devotees. I need to carry it today. And some devotees used to come 2 hours earlier. Today is my chance, sir. He has done it 2 days. So, and what was happening is, some were getting the job they required, some were posted to the place where they wanted. So it became a sentiment. You need a job? Go carry the carriage from Samadhi Road staff quarters to the mandir. That's what happened. Now, Swami eats very little. He actually dines with 10 to 12 sevadal around. But he would taste a bit and he would bless all the food. So this was a sacred offering that you're carrying the food that would be opened in front of Swami and blessed, right? And Swami ate very little because he always said, "Mi anandame na aharam," your own happiness is my bliss. And after the offering with the Seva Del with Swami, the food carrier would return in the evening, post-darshan. And then there would be a stream of devotees at home, because whatever prasad is left in the container would be distributed to everyone gathered in our house. Even if it was a small spoonful, I'm not sure how they distributed it, but everyone got something. We were all away, and many devotees actually had the opportunity of having this food many times at our home. Then on one occasion, what happened was, I happened to be there. We were visiting Puttaparthi because we were all outside and studying. We used to visit parents once in a year. In fact, I feel that was Swami's design. Just imagine, you cannot cook for Swami, translate for Swami, devotees coming all day, do satsangs, bhajans, translation, morning darshan, evening darshan. Not possible unless you don't have this janjat of the samsara, right? So all children were sent away different places. I feel Swami purposefully did it. Otherwise, your parents can't devote to their spiritual duties. So once in a year, we used to be there, and that only for a couple of days, because we knew that their schedule was highly demanding and they were entirely focused on that. And on one occasion, mother made gongura chutney, and every single day she used to make one Andhra chutney. Mother believes that Swami loves spicy food. But there were other aunts, other families who were sending food to Swami. They would say, Swami does not relish spicy food at all. He eats only bland food. So this tells us that yat bhavam tad bhavati. As is your feeling, so is your experience. So this gongura chutney she made on one day while I was there, and all the food was prepared, and in one of the boxes she also put a gongura chutney. And after the carriage returned in the evening, she kept a little for us, and we loved it. We loved the delicious taste. Next day in the morning, Swami comes in the darshan, tells my mother, Gongur chutney balede, your gongura chutney is not good. Mother was looking at him. He said, koncham salt takvaindi. Previous day, 10 people ate gongura chutney. Nobody was able to discover how much of salt was there. Swami said, little salt. And then he goes on to say, gongura chutney చేసేటప్పుడు నేను గుర్తున్నానా నీకు? While you are doing the gongura chutney, do you remember me? మీ పిల్లలు వచ్చారు, నన్ను మర్చిపోయి ఉంటావు. Your children have come, you must have forgotten me. I was thinking, Swami, you kept us away. All day bhajans, satsangs, translations, cooking. We don't have parental time whatsoever. And even when we call, is everything all right? Okay, we need to go for darshan. Is everything all right? We need to go for cooking. This was their hectic schedule. So I was thinking, why would Swami compete with us? We're coming only once a year, that too for 2 days. So the best seva we could do to our parents was to not disturb them, not bother them. But during this process, we became more self-reliant. So I don't remember any problem discussing with the parents, including all my siblings. Swami said, see, what happens is, the senior devotee you become, the more complex tests. I'm talking about first grade level tests that they've gone through, right? Because they're pleasurable to talk about. Now, it's like from a master's, if you go to PhD, the question papers become more complex. It's the same thing with senior devotees, test after test, and that's how spiritual growth happens. So then I thought about it. Why is Swami saying this? But then parents were happy. In fact, they were delighted that Swami took a note of their effort. Swami spoke about the chutney. Swami spoke about how much salt we used in our kitchen. And Swami spoke about children coming home, all covered. So they were very happy. By this, I understood that love without duty is divine. So to get to these three D's, duty without love is deplorable. Love with duty is desirable. Love without duty is divine. Indeed, is a spiritual practice. It takes years of spiritual practice to get there. But I feel I'm doing Akshabhyasa now. Because what happens is, you have a PhD syllabus in front of you. I need to start from KG. What did this mean? What did that mean? So the youngsters out there, how do we get to this level of duty with devotion? Swami has given us a roadmap. What is that? Tyaja durjana samparkam. Leave the bad company. Even if you have to lose money, Swami said, leave the bad company. And what is the bad company in the digital age? It's not just people. Gadget addiction, we see a lot of that in children, young adults, reel addiction, reel shorts, all kinds of addictions, right? So we need to regulate technology. We cannot live without technology, but we need to regulate technology. We need to be a master of technology and not a slave to technology. Because in Swami's words, technology is tricknology. And with the AI coming in, we're going to see a lot more cyberbullying, cyber safety issues, a lot more of this. So we need to make sure this also comes under Durjana Samparkam, and we need to keep it under control. The second one, Bhaja Sadhu Samagamam, be with religious people, people who motivate you and inspire you. And places like this, as you have seen, the kind of vibrations it gives us is incredible. So, and also we need to let go of the 6 Arishad Vargas, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Mascharya's. Only then we would be able to stick on to the Lord's feet. The third one, smara nityam anityam. Everything is temporary, everything keeps changing, relationships, friendships. Like Swami said, God is only your true friend, because friends come and go. Everyone on the outside, hello, hello, inside, hollow, hollow. This is what Swami said. So we need to keep in mind that everything keeps changing. And the fourth one, Guru Punya Mahoratram. And that is what Marathahalli Center is doing. Medical camps, satsangs, bhajans, cataract operations, annadana, packet seva. So this is Guru Punya Mahoratram. So these are all the pathways to reach our Lord and to please Him with our duties. So the 3 Ds of duties is what we have to keep in mind, so that we lead a meaningful life and a purposeful life. Before I conclude, I want to reminisce few verses that my father sang for Swami's last year's birthday celebrations. Who is the Lord we are talking about? Idi Premasri Jayanti. This is the Jayanti of Lord of Love. Idi Ramasri Jayanti. Lord Rama's Jayanti. Idi Prema Rama Ghanashyama Jayanti. This is the Jayanti of Lord Rama and Lord Krishna. Idi Mamata Sri Jayanti. Swami loves his devotees. Idi Mamata Priya Samata Maya Samyamata Maya Vaijayanti. Samata, he is equal. Samanvata, he is equanimous. So he is a Lord who is equal, who has equanimity, never gets disturbed, nothing touches him. Idi Kavita Shri Jayanti. Creation is his poetry. Idi Navata Shri Jayanti. He is ever new. Every picture and every portrait of Swami looks very new. In fact, the picture that you're having here, I felt that Swami was doing the talam. It's not a typical blessing. He knew that the vibrations of Marathahalli Center, if you can see, it's almost like he's actually clapping. I've never seen this picture anywhere, because usually Swami's hands are this. This is a very, very apt picture for the Marathahalli Singers Bhajan Center, is what I felt. So his Manjula Kavita Navata Manavata Jayanti. He's taught us Manavata, humanity, how to be human, what are the human traits. It is Sathya Sri Jayanti. This is the Jayanti of Lord of Truth. It is Nitya Sri Jayanti. He is eternal, the one and only eternal Lord. It is Satya Nitya Samonnatya Saraswata Vaijayanti. Satya, the truth, Nitya, the eternal, Samonnatya Saraswata Vaijayanti. He is Goddess Saraswati himself. He is Shri 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 Satya Sai Jayanti. Thank you so much for your patient listening. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your beautiful memories with us. To be called fool and Buddhi Ledu by Bhagawan is indeed a blessing that just lifts us. You said, when you were speaking, I was looking at you and thinking, you are so blessed that you're living with, in close proximity with Swami and Divine Translator himself. And then the next second you said, living with God is not easy. I thought, whatever you say, but for us, it's a dream come true, ma'am. Serving Lord, your mother used to serve Lord with her own hands. I remember my mother serving kheer in our puja, in our place, in our home. And doing that in close proximity with Swami is a blessing, ma'am. You are indeed blessed to have such a beautiful memories with you, ma'am. And thank you for sharing all those memories with us. One thing which will always follow what you said us today is, love without duty is divine. Leave the bad company. Be with religious people. Leave kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mad, matsharya. And everything is temporary. God is permanent. And seva, what we do, should always be continued. Thank you so much, ma'am.